How's everybody doing today? Brian back with another Kaspa update here, right? You know how we always talk about them Fibonacci levels, all right? We are right up at that 786, that very last one here. This is Kaspa on the daily chart, all right? We're going to dig in deeper in this chart here in a second, see where this pullback could bring us, if we're going to have a pullback at all, and we're going to talk about that here in a second, all right? I want to go over a couple things with you guys here first. I got some pretty cool stuff to show you here, too. Here's the bubbles on the daily here, all right? And I want to show you guys a couple things real quick. I thought this article was really cool, and then I got some Kaspa whale addresses to show you and stuff here in a second, too. So we're just going to go over this real quick, but what will happen once all Bitcoin are mined? I don't know if you ever thought of that, but I guess I really haven't either. According to some experts, miners will always be essential to the Bitcoin ecosystem, even after mining the last coins. Because they get paid for every block that's done. They get a block reward for completing the block. So Satoshi Nakamoto mined the Genesis block on January 3rd, 2009, minting the first 50 Bitcoin in history and kicking off what would become a billion-dollar industry centered around mining crypto. However, with the cap on Bitcoin supply, the fate of miners after the last coins are issued is unclear. It says Bitcoin is created through mining, a process involving computer hardware to solve complex mathematical problems and verifying transactions on the blockchain. For their efforts, miners are rewarded with a predetermined amount of Bitcoin for each block of transactions. According to the Blockchain Council, more than 19 million have been awarded to miners in block rewards, and according to Nakamoto's white paper, only 21 million are available. Once this cap is reached, miners will no longer receive rewards for verifying transactions. And it says here they talked to the founder and CEO of Bitcoin mining firm Luxor Mining. Have you guys ever seen some of them places? They have one overseas that's up in the hills and stuff. It's unbelievable, the setup. You should get on YouTube and check that out. Bitcoin mining places. It's unbelievable. It says here miners will continue to play an essential role in verifying and recording transactions on the blockchain, but how they are compensated will evolve. Currently, validating a new block on the blockchain rewards miners with 6.25 Bitcoin, worth about $188,000 at the time of writing. According to the calculations shared in a May 1st tweet, Glassnode, since 2010, fees and block rewards has netted miners over $50 billion. Wow, that's a chunk of change. Glassnode's awesome. They have every kind of stat you could possibly want over there. Let's see here. It will be a long wait to find out. According to Hansen, based on the block discovery rate and the halving process, which occurs roughly every 4 years or every 210,000 blocks, the Bitcoin will most likely be mined around 2140. Wow. So I guess we'll all be gone by then. This is, yeah, that's a long ways away. A Bitcoin halving is a planned reduction in the rewards that miners receive, with the next one predicted to occur around April 2024. That's what we always talk about. The spring of 2024 is the next halving, and I expect the next bull run to be next fall. We'll see what happens, but that's what's in my head. This will reduce the reward for each block to 3.125 Bitcoin, or $94,000. In theory, by limiting the supply of Bitcoin, each coin's value should increase as demand increases and supply remains fixed. Yeah, so what is that, 116 years away? Yeah, it'll be a while. None of us are going to have to worry about that. Hansen says the price of Bitcoin in 2140 will depend on unpredictable factors such as market demand, regulatory environment, technological advancements, and macroeconomic factors. So, by the time the last Bitcoin is mined, he believes its value won't be measured in the United States dollars or other fiat. He speculates that by then fiat money systems will have long since collapsed and Bitcoin could be the successor, becoming the standard unit of account globally. Wow, even bigger than gold. Under such circumstances, the only valid way to measure the purchasing power of Bitcoin is by looking at how much energy a Bitcoin or Satoshi can purchase. Just as we currently measure the purchasing power of the dollar in energy terms, barrels of oil, he added. A collapse of fiat money systems has long been predicted, spurred on by the many problems facing the traditional financial system. As recently as March 2023, Silicon Valley Bank collapsed due to a liquidity crisis, with Signature Bank and Silver Bank following. Yeah, that wasn't too long ago. That was pretty crazy. Wow. So they expect Bitcoin to take over, take over gold and everything by the time the last one is mined. Yeah, pretty neat. If you want to go read this article, that's all I'm going to cover on it. I don't want to get too deep here. Cointelegraph, they're awesome. They got a lot of stuff out there. But I thought, look at this. The couple behind Bitfinex money laundering scheme reach a plea deal with U.S. prosecutors. Remember this girl put out the worst rap videos you ever seen? If you're not familiar with it, look up this this Bitfinex money laundering scheme, and this couple, it's unbelievable. Heather Morgan are scheduled to appear for an arraignment hearing on August 3rd as part of a plea agreement with U.S. prosecutors. They laundered billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin connected to the 2016 Bitfinex hack, and they've reached a plea agreement. The pair have been charged with money laundering, conspiracy, and conspiracy to defraud the United States, and expected to forfeit digital assets connected to the case. Yeah, I think that's the once these are locked up in a wallet, they're kind of hard to get. So apparently they're expected to forfeit the digital assets. Wonder what they're going to get here. $54 million at the time of the hack, but $3.6 billion at the time of publication. Does it say what they're going to get? Only a small amount has been returned to Bitfinex with authorities in an effort to restore victims' funds. Wow. So they reached a plea deal. We'll have to see what they get charged. But yeah, you guys want to get a chuckle? Go check this out. The couple here, this Heather Morgan, she put out some rap videos. I mean, they have billions of dollars. They could do whatever they wanted to do. But anyway, before we get to the charts here, I want to show you guys this. This is the Kaspa. This has the top address on it. It has down through here the nodes, the active nodes, where they're at and stuff. I just want to show you guys this stuff really quick here. Has whale movement on here. The next reward, 188.5 Kaspa's next reward. Real-time BPS. Pretty cool site. Kos.fyi is the site if you want to go check it out for yourself. They have, look at this, 19 million in trading volume now. That's doubled. About, I don't know, a week ago or so it was 10 million. So we've doubled our trading volume. There we are, market cap rank 211. I don't know how they get that. $668 million market cap. That just kind of blows my mind. But here you can see the whale movement. This is transactions with more than 1 million Kaspa in 24 hours. So you can see these are mostly all received. So looks like buying, I would imagine. 2,600, 10,000 Kaspa, 2,000, 27 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Live activity. You can check out, there's 100 Kaspa worth $3.41. Received, obviously buyers. Received. You go down through here, 1,600 Kaspa, $56. Let's see if there's any big buyers in there. $450. Pretty small transactions, really. There's a $40,000 purchase right there. Received 1,192 Kaspa, 40 grand. It's not too bad. There goes Bitcoin above 30,000. I have an alarm set here, so let's get over there and shut that off. There we go. Yeah, I had a trend line on that. I'll show you here in a second. But here you go through the active addresses. This just goes back to July 15th, 18,708, 18,667. You know, you could go out to 90 days. All right, you can see back here in April, 34,000 active addresses. You come over here, what are we at? 18,000. So that don't make a lot of sense, does it? 90 days, 35,000 active addresses. Now on July 19th, we had 30,000. July 20th, 21,000. 18,000. Well, we're gonna go. We got better stats than that. I'm gonna show you guys, but here's the nodes running out there. Looks like most of them are in the U.S., Europe. Look at that, Belarus. You can zoom in here on this thing. It's pretty awesome. Let's see here. Pull this down a little bit. Got a few over in one in Japan. Outskirts of China. You can zoom it right in. Look at Europe. Oops. Let's go back out here a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, look at here. Europe has the majority of them. It looks like, you know. Finland. There's a few in Russia. Romania. What is that country right there? Right beside France. Denmark. Is that? No. Oh, that's Germany. Look at that. Wow. A lot of them in Germany there. And if we move over to the U.S., we got quite a few there to, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 15 or 20 in the United States running. One in Canada. That kind of surprises me. That's it. Yeah. But a majority of them, most of them are over here in Europe. So, yeah, pretty crazy. You zoom out here. Yeah, none in Africa. Oh, one. Way down to South Africa, way down at the bottom there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty cool, though? That's the active public nodes. All right, I'm going to show you guys this. We're going to move over here to the top addresses. I'm going to speed up here. I'm sorry. Please hit the like and subscribe, guys. I would appreciate that so much. But all right, there's 40,000 active addresses out there. That thing was way off. I don't know what. Or I'm sorry, 270,000 active addresses. All right. The top 10 addresses own 16% of the circulating supply. The top 100 addresses own roughly 36% of the circulating supply, and the top 1,000 own 61%. So the top 1,000 addresses pretty much they have the majority share of Kaspa here. And you go down through here, like if you have 0 to 100 Kaspa, you're considered a shrimp. If you have 100 to 1,000, you're a crab. 1,000 to 10,000, an octopus. 10,000 to 100,000, you're a fish. 100,000 to 1,000,000, a dolphin. And there's 10,000 dolphins out there, 2,000 sharks, 196 whales, 9 humpbacks, and there's 0 aquaman. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I know what happened there. There was one, and apparently he offloaded, or she, or they offloaded a little bit because the humpbacks had a plus 28% in the last 30 days, so they offed a little bit there. So you can see here, it's pretty cool. There's actually, you know, quite a few people out there that own 1,000 to 10,000, 61,000 people. But 0 to 100, I don't understand why you wouldn't hold a lot more than that. But you know, 100 Kaspa is what, $3, I believe. Yeah, something like that. 36, maybe not even that. Math right now, my head's bad, I apologize. Address distribution, if we go back through here, you can see that one hump back there, 1 billion to 10 billion, or the one Aquaman, and then you have 8, 100 million to a billion. All right, if we come down through here, it went from 8 to 7. Okay, keep an eye on Aquaman there. Ended up offloading 8 right there, right back. Let me get it right there. Okay, July 12th, 13th, right on July 13th. Ended up, yeah, July 13th. Ended up selling some, obviously, there on July 13th. So, and here's your top addresses, how much money. The top wallet holds $32 million in Kaspa, 966 million coins. And the second most has 23 million. They have 684 million coins. And you go right down through here. You can go through the top 1,000 wallets, and what's even cool, you can even just click on them. I don't know if you guys have ever searched the blockchains or anything, but see, sent 187 Kaspa on July 21st at 2:45 minutes ago. They sent 187. I don't know why. $6.36. There they sent $20,707. That was today also. Let's see, that was today. Let me look here. So this is probably, I would bet, their main wallet or something. $3,000. That was today, July 21st. And that wasn't that long ago either. Received $65,000, 1.9 million. That was also today at 1:45, an hour ago. They received $65,000, sent 5,000. Yeah, you can get right in on a wallet and see all the activity on a wallet. The address is a Mexi wallet, and the balance 965 million coins, $32 million. They've had 44,000 transactions. So yeah, it's pretty cool if you get in there. Somebody's wallet address, you can click right on it and go see all the transactions. The blockchain obviously records everything, and you can go through every one of these. I would imagine that this is Kaspa's main wallet, so they probably do a lot of, obviously, 44,000 transactions. So pretty neat. But alright guys, let's move on here. I showed you the crypto bubbles. That's on the daily. In the last hour, you can see we're having some stuff start to move here because Bitcoin's starting to get moving here. Let's go over here to these charts, and let me show you Bitcoin real quick here because I had that alarm set on this thing. Let's get a couple of these out of here. Let me get a couple of these lines out of here. I apologize. I was doing a little bit of trading yesterday. Did pretty well on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, a lot of these coins out there you can trade and everything, but Bitcoin is like the most solid, especially if you're going long and short. You zoom in and, the last one I just did, you can put your trend line on here like such. You got a trend line coming down here, and actually that could be a little tighter down here. It was, once you get your breakout, just a little tip, if you're not familiar with doing much trading and all, once you get your breakout right here, okay, wait for this red one to retest as support. That's your entry, okay, right there. Don't buy this. Wait for the red candle to pull back to retest that now as support. That's your entry right there. And your stop loss would be right down here below right there. Okay, so there you go. You got your entry, and if you were using, I use MXC. If you were on a 10x, you'd be up not a whole lot right now, but Bitcoin, it's moving up. That's why I like using leverage. You can do these small moves, and if you're using a 10x, if you whatever, I'm just saying, if for instance, and it goes up 1%, you made a 10% trade. So that link's in the description of the video from XC, guys, if you're interested. If you're not familiar with futures trading, please don't mess with it. You can get wrecked in a hurry, especially if you go doing 50x leverage, or they go up to 200x leverage on XE, and that's ridiculous. If you're in the U.S., you can use a VPN and go over there. Just need an email and a password to sign up, and I love XE. They're a very good exchange. You don't get wicked out a lot like some other places. So my experience with them has been absolutely great. So just a little tip here, if you're charting stuff, like I said, don't buy that first big green candle. Wait for the pullback. And if you're watching the RSI, you can see that RSI is at the top right now. So this thing's probably more than likely, if you have a trend line in here, this thing's probably going to come back down here and touch this trend line, and that's where the next bounce should probably start. You can see that that's a pretty decent support area. You can see it all back through here. Support here, resistance back here. Just a little tip out there if you're trading. Once that, especially on the smaller time frames, like the 15-minute chart or whatever, that 15 RSI is getting to the top, and a lot of times, like right over here when that 15 got to the top, you have a rollover, comes down and bounces back up, whatever. It gets to the bottom, that's where you're mostly going to see your moves, if you're going to get one, and that's what happened right there. So anyway, let's zoom out on Bitcoin on the 4-hour here. You can see that big green candle starting right there, and if you're looking at a resistance line even here on the 4-hour, you can somewhere right through there would have been a breakout. So Bitcoin's starting to break out here, so this thing's starting to move finally. Yesterday was a bummer there. I was expecting this thing to do something, but we got the 4-hour RSI heading up. We finally broke resistance here. We had a fake out right here. This was a fake out, ended up falling back down through. Isn't that something, how this market will mess with you? You'll get a fake out here, okay? It'll fall back down through, and people will take a short position because they're like, oh my god, it didn't break out, so it must be breaking down. They'll take a short position, and then it will come back out and break out again, and just it just messes with you so bad sometimes. It's crazy. And then people get caught up and they buy the breakout. They hurry up and buy the big green candle. Then it pulls back to test support. And they're like, oh my god, it isn't breaking out, it's another fake out, and they sell. Then when it bounces at support, they get back in. It's just a vicious cycle if you're not sure what you're watching for. Actually, right down there is the support line for this thing right there. So that's in the 1 hour, and you can see the push up here, but you can see that 1 hour RSI is getting towards the top. We got the 4 hour heading up. We got the 8 hour. What's the 8 doing? The 8 hours heading up. The 12 hour is heading up, and we got that daily on the floor, but bullish. Maybe this is the move we're waiting for. We've been waiting for this thing to move on the daily. It has just been disappointing. Waiting for that 31,550 break here. So maybe this weekend is our time here. We got Bitcoin dominance down at 49.81, coming back down to the support line on the daily. Look how long this has been at the bottom down here, waiting because that weekly. Look at that weekly, just crashing down here. So it can pull back. Let's see here. It should be close to a 618 here. It's looking, yeah, there it is, a 618. So this thing is probably going to bounce. Could pull back to a 702 or 786 too, but that's 618. It's a very good bounce area. All right. Dow Jones is up again. The Dixie getting a bounce there. Let's go in that daily. All right, we talked about these areas that broke through that first one. So the next one we're watching for on this thing is right up here. Okay, that's another big area right there. So we're going to keep an eye on that 102, 102.1. Yeah, right around there, 102. Okay, that's the next area for this thing to test. The daily is almost halfway up there. Like I said, we got the weekly coming down, just like Bitcoin dominance. So this thing could, like I said, come the whole way back up to that 102. Hopefully get rejected there, and we'll see what happens. We got the 12-hour at the top, 8 hours at the top, 4 hours at the top. So yeah, it looks like it might be running out of steam here. We'll just have to see how it plays out. All right, if we go down through here, the total one, it's up $7 billion. Just takes Bitcoin to move a little bit, and there's $7 billion. We got that trend line. If we zoom out here, all right, you can see we're still following this trend line up here. Let's get that line off there. All right, so we're still following this breakout. This is clearly still an uptrend. So we'll just have to, that big number is way up here. You got 1.28. All right, that's the total market cap. Here's the market cap without Bitcoin. You can see here it looks like pulled back to support here, and starting to get a bounce here. We're up 3.3 billion. The daily RSI spinning back up. The 12-hour is on the floor. 8 hours coming up. 4 hours coming up. Yeah, the weekend, this could be a good weekend. And we got that weekly heading up. All right, so let's look at Kaspa here and see what's going on here with this thing. Obviously, like I said, look at that. We're right up at that 786, so that's a good, and we break through that last one, and we're definitely going to be retesting these highs. Okay, so that I'd like to see us smash through that. Hopefully we don't get rejected. If we do, we do. It is what it is. If we get rejected, we'll have to build up some more momentum, maybe a pullback down here to support, and we can break through it on the next run. All right, let's get a look at the RSIs and let's see where this is heading here right in the short term. We got the daily up at the top here. Okay, let me get rid of these. I said I do this trading on smaller time frames, and I got lines drawn in here. We got the 12-hour coming down, still a green candle on it though. Okay, we got the 8-hour. The 8 hours just about reset, and we got the 4-hour is on the floor and coming up. All right, now you zoom it, we can take, you can see it right here. Okay, we're building up a resistance area right there. Okay, and you can see another support area right through here. All right, so we're getting to a crunch shot here. Okay, this thing's building up in here, either gonna break up or break down here. Okay, so it's coming to an answer here within the next 12 hours or something here. We got that 4-hour RSI heading up. Let me see if there's any divergences here, any bullish divergence. Got that low, higher low. Thought I seen some earlier here. Higher low, that low. Yeah, okay, I believe this was it right here. Let me close this out real quick. Pull this up. Okay, we got this low here. Yeah, that's hidden bullish divergence right here. Okay, we got just barely, but it is. Alright, you can see that this low here is higher than this low over here. Okay, so we got this low on this one on the price. This low is higher on price, but on the divergence it's lower. All right, if we go over to our divergences, if we have a lower high on the oscillators and higher high on price, hidden bullish divergence. Okay, that's exactly what we got here. All right, that's on the 8 hour. So the 12 hour, we got that low, almost. It's kind of pretty almost even there, so I'm not gonna look at that. But this thing is showing strength. If we zoom out on the daily here, all right, I was looking for a 618 pullback on this thing. It's just not pulling back at all. All right, so we take this, put it up on here. I was looking for a pullback to the 0.0286, but we're not. I don't think we're going to get that. I think this thing is going to start moving pretty soon. Keep an eye on this wedge forming here. Okay, if we get a breakout, 0.0347, I would call it. Let's call it 0.035. We break that, then we're breaking out of this small wedge. Now it's not a huge move out of here if you measure the thing. All right, wouldn't be a huge breakout here, but geez, would put us close to that 4 cents. Yeah, right up close to that 4 cents. So if we zoom out, you know, where'd my line go here? It's on my 12 hour. It's not on my daily. Huh, what the heck? Let's try locking that right up at 0.0396. I don't know why it don't stay on there. 0.396. That would be right up here. Alright, so that's getting us close to the top here. Alright, so we're just going to have to keep an eye on this. Looks like it wants to move, though. It's not giving us any kind of pullback here. Alright, so people waiting out there for a pullback down to 0.0309. I don't think that's going to happen. Like I said, it's showing strength. The thing looks... yeah, and that's only a 50% pullback to there. Yeah, actually the 618 is down at 0.0287 down here. Okay, so like I said, it just doesn't want to pull back at all. We do have that daily RSI coming down, but the 12 hours heading up. The 8 hour, we got bullish, hidden bullish divergence on it. It's heading up, and the 4 hour, looks like it wants to correct a little bit here. So things looking strong, guys. All right, thank you very, very much, guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you either tomorrow or the day after, depending on if we have some price action. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Have a great weekend.